Hello. Welcome back to EFT with Lucy. My name is Lucy. I'm so happy you're here. Today is an important video. I just want to bring up a little curiosity around purpose. And I don't know if you feel like you know your purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, I'm glad you're here because I don't really feel like I know it either. But I just listened to a great podcast about it and had a really good conversation yesterday with a group of ladies I love. And I'm feeling just this call to give a little reminder to all of us to go a little bit easier on yourself and detach from the things that are outside of your control. And I think the things with goals, I talk with my podcast co-host a lot about this because we feel a little bit burned by goals sometimes, where we set a goal and we work towards it and it can feel really frustrating when we don't feel like we meet that goal, but we put a lot of effort in. And as a coach and dietitian, I've worked with people many years now, and my philosophy is to really celebrate the action. And it's so funny how it's difficult to give our own selves that medicine. So I'm here reminding myself that every ounce of effort matters. And at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we're enjoying the process, because yes, a lot of what the goals that we set out to achieve may not be under our control. But there are a lot of things that are under our control. And most of the process of attaining our goals anyway is done in the process. Like, the actual attaining of a goal is a short moment. It's so much about the work that leads up to that goal. So I just want to I want to invite you to get curious about the goals that you're pursuing right now. And are they motivated by trying to feel a type of way, about trying to feel more worthy, about trying to feel some type of way? And are you actually enjoying the process of pursuing that goal? You might be like, yes, I love it, I'm here for it. Or you might be saying, I think the goal is really worth it. And those things are great. Those things are wonderful. I just think sometimes we can kind of tip ourselves, like the scale over, into feeling down on ourselves, or feeling like if we don't attain this goal, then we're not worthy and we can't love ourselves and we can't feel happy with our life as it is. And so I just want to give you the little check-in reminder that I think life is so satisfying when we're pursuing larger goals, but we're also enjoying the day-to-day minutia, like finding the magic in the mundane, enjoying the process of reaching a goal, right? I think so much of goal setting and achieving is so satisfying because it feels good to grow. I enjoy that personally. It can feel uncomfortable to experience change and growth and whatnot, but we need to enjoy the process. Like, if you're trying to be more physically fit, if you're trying to work on your health, but you're doing activities that you really hate, like I don't like running, so I don't run, but I do a lot of other things to stay active because I enjoy it. I think the goal can be achieved by many different routes. I just want to invite you to get curious about, are you enjoying the route that you are on to try to obtain that goal and attain that goal? So that's what I would say. We're going to tap it out, and I'm just going to I just want to give us a little reminder to forgive ourselves for maybe being really invested in what other people think, or what we think we will achieve with this goal because of what other people have told us and sold us, right? Because there's a lot of things being sold that aren't necessarily true out in the world today. And just to be a little bit more kind with ourselves and patient with ourselves as we work on and as we continue to show up every day, day in and day out, to try to achieve these goals. So let's do it. I'm proud of you for being here. Starting on the side of the hand. I have all of these big dreams. I have all of these big goals. But sometimes I feel like I'm losing myself in the pursuit of these goals. Like, I thought I knew what I wanted, and I thought I knew what my purpose was. But it kind of feels like the more I focus on this big goal, the less sure I feel. I have all these questions as to whether I'm moving in the right direction or not. Am I spending my time in a way that really makes sense? Is it even worth it for me to pursue these goals? Am I even in line with my purpose? I don't think I know the answer to all these questions. And it feels a little overwhelming because it feels like I don't have the answers externally either. It feels like I'm pursuing something I thought I liked and wanted to pursue. But it feels like the universe is not even meeting me halfway. Like I said, I want this big audacious goal. And I'm just hearing crickets. I feel like I need to be like, did you hear me? Hey, universe, did you hear me? I said I wanted this. But now it feels like I'm getting nothing in return. And I don't want to force anything. But I equally know that anything worth doing takes time and effort. So I kind of feel stuck in this weird limbo of feeling like I have an idea of what my purpose is, but now I'm not really sure. Because I don't feel like I have any confirmation externally. And so now I'm starting to question myself internally. I just want to take stock of what's working, what's not working, and what I'm enjoying and what I'm not enjoying. And I really want to be honest with myself. If getting hung up on this goal is now taking a toll on how I see myself and my happiness. And it's okay if that is the case. But I just want to give myself a little retuning, a little rerouting, and readjusting so that I can find more happiness and sense of purpose in my everyday life. Whether or not these big goals and dreams are going to happen. Because my life is beautiful and important exactly as it is. I just want to believe that. So even though I feel a lack of purpose or a lack of direction or a lack of confidence in myself, I'm choosing to wholly and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. And to be a little bit kinder as I move forward on this weird journey of purpose and life and goals. All right, take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right, starting on the top of the head. It's easy to feel. It's easy to get caught up on all of the things our society glamorizes and glorifies, like having a perfect career, a perfect relationship, perfect friendships, wealth beyond belief, a perfect body, and a perfect purpose in life. It's not that these things are bad. And I know that I don't need to conform to a lot of conventional beliefs that society tosses at me. But it just feels difficult when I feel like I don't have the thing that I want yet. Like I have these really big goals. And I have these really big visions of who I want to be and what I want to be experiencing. But the fact that I don't have what I think it needs to look like yet, or it's not here in my life the way I want it to be yet, it makes me feel really bad about myself. And it makes me feel such a lack of worthiness. It makes me feel like I'm not enough. Like if this big thing that I want is not here, I must be doing something wrong. I must not be worthy. Or that thing is not meant for me. And I know that these things may not be true, but it's easy to get down on myself. And then when I get down on myself, I lose confidence. I start to get more self-critical. And maybe I start to look outside of myself for answers. And I start to feel like I need to do things that I don't like or enjoy in order to attain this goal, to obtain this vision of this glamorized goal and purpose or whatever. And I convince myself I'll be happy when. So I'll work extra hard right now and not prioritize the things that I think I'm worthy of or the things that make me feel good so that I can obtain this big vision and dream. But that's really not working out for me because that doesn't make me feel happier. It does not make me feel like a magnet for good things in my life. In fact, I feel like I look at my life with a sense of this is not enough. My skills are not enough. I don't have enough money. The people in my life I don't have enough connections in my life, or whatever else I tell myself. But the truth is, I think I could use a little mindset tune-up. A flip of my POV. And it doesn't mean I have to love everything about life right now, because sometimes life is just hard. And it sucks that some things are out of my control. But I don't want to focus on the things that are out of my control. I want to know where I'm heading, sure. But maybe I can use this time to focus on doing the things that bring me joy and that bring me fulfillment. It doesn't mean I have to do the all or nothing thing where I'm either working at a job that I hate or I'm totally living life doing nothing but relaxing. Maybe I can find a beautiful sense of both. Maybe I can find a beautiful sense of both. I bet if I really try, I can find something today that I really enjoy the process of. Not necessarily because I'm good at it. Not necessarily because it's going to make me money. Not necessarily because it's going to get me a lot of recognition. Maybe I can just do this thing because it feels like it brings me joy. It brings me fulfillment. Even if it's hard. I enjoy the process of working on things that might take time and effort, but ultimately bring me a sense of satisfaction. But what matters is that I find satisfaction from it. Whether or not it's going to bring me a ton of health, wealth, money, etc. But I know in my bones that it makes me feel a sense of purpose. Whether it's something I enjoyed as a child, whether it is righting a wrong that I feel like has happened in the past, or a way that I know feels good to contribute to my community. I'm allowing myself to give myself the validation I need right now in this moment. The truth is, if I enjoy it and it makes me feel a sense of purpose, that is good. But I want to find the sense of enoughness before I reach externally. I know that I'm enough because I've done hard things. I know that I'm enough because I found a sense of meaning. I know that this thing externally is not going to be the thing that makes me feel like I'm enough. Maybe it's a fun experience that I want, or a meaningful experience that I want to experience. But I want to remind myself that I am enough and worthy exactly as I am now, without this thing yet. Without finding the cure to cancer. Without becoming a best-selling author. Without making $1 million this year. I know in my soul that I'm enough already. And I get to do the things that I derive purpose from. I am the one who creates the meaning of my life. I'm letting go of this notion that there's this one big sense of purpose. I'm letting go of the notion. I'm letting go of the notion that there is one purpose meant for me. And if I'm not living it, then I'm missing out. I'm letting this belief go. This belief is only making me feel like I'm grasping at something that I don't have. Instead, I want to wake up and look around and create a sense of purpose in the life I have today. I think I have a sense of what that already is. I think I have a sense of what that is already. So I'm calling all the courage I need to do the things that I know bring me a sense of purpose, that make me feel proud of myself, that make me feel like I'm living without regrets. And even though I know I get caught up in external things sometimes, I'm loving and forgiving myself because I'm only human. It is simply a human thing to do. But I'm allowing myself to recognize what is important to me, because I know that when I am my most authentic self, because I know that when I am my most authentic self, most accepting of myself version of me, I create that feeling in others as well. I'm allowed to enjoy my life on the day-to-day. Even if it's just from the cup of coffee I have in the morning. I'm loving and accepting myself every step of the way on this crazy journey of life, purpose, and goals. All right, take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Great job. I'm so proud of you. I feel like that was a big one. I feel like it's so easy to get really caught up in all these external things of what this needs to mean and how it's going to make us look and everything. And I don't think that's wrong. I think it's really human, and I think it's a product of our current society. But I just want to give us all the permission to just enjoy our life and do the things that bring us joy, because we get to define our sense of purpose. And I know that I feel like there's one purpose sometimes that I'm missing out on if I'm not living right or whatever. And the truth is, we just get to decide what our purpose is, and our purpose gets to shift. And we get to have multiple purposes. You know, we get to have multiple things that create a sense of fulfillment and motivation and purpose in our life. It doesn't have to be one big thing. We get to find a lot of little purposes in our life that we enjoy the process of. So this was heavily influenced by the podcast I listened to. I will link it below, from The Financial Feminist with Doc G. is a doctor that I listened to today, and some conversations that I had yesterday with a lovely group of friends, amongst many conversations that I've had with all the people in my life recently, because I've really been thinking about this. But I think that We all experience this. I heard from that podcast that 91% of people experience some form of anxiety over their purpose in their life. So I feel like this could be applicable to many people. So hopefully this helped you today. Let me know if it did. Let me know what else you would love to see from me, and I will see you in the next video.